Do you look good in red?
Honestly, I just don't look bad in anything. Red, white, and blue.
Welcome to a brand new season of Love is Blind in America's capital, Washington, D.C. Yes, Washington's most eligible singles,
Not really so much.
are here in the pods looking for love sight unseen. And when I tell you that this round of pod dating will end in something that's never happened before, well, that ain't no lie, so say bye to our brain cells for the next month. Season 7 is here. But alright, in these first 6 episodes as we move through the pod dating and all the way to the meet the couples party in Mexico after the reveals, we have a lot of couples to follow. Some are just solid on each other the whole time, like Garrett and Taylor.
What movie do you think describes me?
Shrek.
Awesome.
Shrek 2. It's a good one.
Jesus.
Hey now, maybe it's just because you remind him of ogres.
Ogres are like onions. Layers. Onions have layers. Ogres have layers.
These two are both nerds and like science and science stuff and have science tattoos and work in science, which naturally means they've got good chemistry, even though she reminds him of Shrek.
The more and more I peel back these layers, I'm loving the person that's underneath.
You get it. We both have layers.
There's also Steven and Monica, and with this being Washington, D.C., of course they're going to get right into the politics talk.
Did you vote in the last presidential election or the election before that?
Yes, I did.
By the way, he said he voted for Trump the first time, then Biden, but Monica really falls for how enthusiastic he is when he describes how he found out he wasn't Italian.
Most of it is Nigerian, Congolese,
Wow.
Sierra Leonean, and primarily a lot of West Africa.
He then took out a bunch of books to learn as much as he can about West African culture, which gets him to number 1 on Monica's list of guys. Next we have Tim here, who shares the tragic story of both his sister's passing, but that after meeting Alex, he, quote,
I'm gonna say something to you that I have been thinking, but I have not said out loud to anyone.
What?
I get to give my parents one more daughter.
oh my goodness, that's a gut punch right in the feels. And then there's Ashley and Tyler, who seem rock solid on each other, praying over the relationship, getting emotionally vulnerable about their childhood, just focused on one another. However, it's the love triangle relationships this season that are truly the ones to watch, as things are about to get weird and messy. Okay, maybe not with this throuple of military miss turned lawyer Marissa, who's choosing between nerdy military guy Bowden and emotionally vulnerable Ramses, both of whom have also been married before.
I know who you're talking to, and he's like, damn, mother, we're the same person. I was like, right?
No, but you guys literally are.
Me and this guy are also so
We could just be a little throuple.
Okay, never mind, this one's getting weird too. But the real mess, and what eventually leads to this moment we've never seen happen before, involves this big old mess of a love square with former football kicker Nick D, youngest on the show at 26 Hannah, self-proclaimed trophy wife Brittany.
Some people want to be boss babes and make all the money and live their lifestyle, and that's not how I want to live.
Hello.
Hello, I'm obviously a trophy wife.
And finally, this man. My obsession of this season so far. Leo, the art dealer. And when I heard his job was art dealer, I was like, okay. Are we talking like local art dealer, or guy who commissions the demonic paintings of the king kind of art dealer?
I'm fortunate, like I have an interesting and lucrative job. Grew up financially like very well off. I'm a rich art dealer. Like I'm incredibly financially fortunate. I'm so incredibly financially blessed. I would much rather have my problem than the problem of lack of money. It's a really great, lucky problem to have.
Just notice you're wearing a Rolex.
Okay, so demonic king art dealer it is. But like, this guy can't stop telling people that he's rich. And every time he has to qualify it by saying something like, but I'm, so grateful. Which, cool, totally. Problem is, though, he brings it up so much, it starts to come off as pretentious. However, there is a bit of a reason for that awkwardness, cause he has like a lot of money. He was a rich kid being groomed to run this big art dealer family business or something, which he now runs because like all of his family died.
Grandpa got cancer, died. My grandma got cancer, died. My mom got cancer, died. My dad got cancer, and my stepdad got cancer, all in 3 years. And I'm an only child.
Okay, that's horrible, but like, all of them? all of your art dealer family? Was it the art? Now Nick is into Hannah. Hannah is into Nick and also Leo, and Leo is into Hannah and also Brittany. But for me, it's Leo and Brittany who are fascinating to watch.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a planner.
One of us has to have a brain.
Oh my God.
Now, throughout this whole time, Leo expresses that his greatest fear is finding someone who just wants him for his money. So of course, it's perfect that he meets Brittany.
How would you split the bills? Would it be 50-50? The other guys were hard 50-50. I don't agree with that. My last relationship, I was taken care of 100%.
And when Leo tells her this,
The business I was really blessed to inherit does pretty well.
suddenly Brittany's running off to everyone else saying,
We started talking, and then I realized who he was. Oh my gosh, it was love at first sight.
Meanwhile, Hannah barely even asks him about his job. She's just impressed that he was able to pick up the family business after a monumental tragedy in his life. But on the flip side, there's Brittany, who has some wicked rad baby names to dish out.
And then for a girl, I really like the name Blaze.
Whoa.
So yeah, Hannah feels safe for his biggest insecurity, but Blaze? That's like the Picasso of cool baby names. So we gotta bump Brittany up on our list.
And after our date today, honest to God, you're I swear to God, you're both number one.
We're both number one.
Yes.
Freaking Casanova over here. But Leo also quickly falls for Brittany's strength. How does she endure all those painful things in her life?
Anytime I have to do something painful, I just imagine my mom dying and how painful, that must have been.
Whoa.
Sorry, anytime you have to do something painful, you think about your mom dying and how painful that must have been?
What the
Now, Hannah here is lost because Nick is like the smooth-talking football guy and all the other women drop him quickly because he just says all the right things and he feels like a player. But he's also so all in on Hannah, while Leo has this mystery woman he says he's also dating. Though that mystery gets solved pretty quick.
I have to pee so bad. I'm about to pee my pants.
Oh my God.
I was like, Leo, oh. I did not mean to say that.
Guess that cat's out of the bag? So suddenly Hannah, who at this point basically sent Nick home because she feels like he's only speaking with her because he thinks she's hot, well, she starts to regret it and asks if Nick can come back. And Hannah says she has all these insecurities because she recently lost 45 pounds and she's afraid of what Nick's expectations are going to be with her looks. But now she's learned that her other guy is dating Love is Blind Barbie, which is a whole other wild trip of a relationship.
I so strongly believe in negative energy and evil eyes.
Yeah. I'm into evil eyes too.
What, like Sauron? They're both Lord of the Rings fans or something? Well, Leo decides to ask for some advice from this guy who apparently had Hannah as his number one. But he says that was quickly cut off after he told Hannah how tall he was.
Hannah's 5'9", 5'8".
Right.
I said I was okay with that. She cut me out.
Okay, was it really that? After everything she said about someone judging her for her appearance, couldn't it be something else she didn't like? Anyway, this doesn't solve anything for Leo. And from here on out, this dude has constant mope face. He is depressed going through these pods, cause he has no clue what his decision is going to be. Meanwhile, Brittany is getting fed up.
Because it's not your decision completely. I could say no and leave.
That was so well said.
Oh, and that's another thing this guy constantly does.
You're literally the sweetest person.
Yeah, it's
and you
actually
know
getting
that.
annoying.
He can't give her any affirmation or validation about the relationship because he hasn't decided yet, but he doesn't want her to be upset with him, so he keeps saying stuff like this over and over and over again.
You're a strong-ass girl. You're so smart and you're so strong. You're right. You're really smart. The amount of stuff that you do is so amazing. God, you're so wise. You're so right.
That's enough.
You're just so open with me. You are the definition of virtue. Patience, grace, and so much strength. What you said was so brave and vulnerable.
Stop! Please, I can't take it anymore. Now eventually Nick bursts out that he's in love with Hannah and she's like, okay, that's it. I'm Team Nick. I've decided. Let's end this whole mess.
I think I know I've been romantically in love. Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought?
Not me.
Of course, Brittany is delighted to hear this, and Hannah goes to break up with Leo. Naturally, though, this is the moment where Leo starts going,
Right now, if you were to pick this second, who do you feel is your person?
Yeah, because I don't.
uh-oh. So Hannah sits down with Leo to tell him that she's in love with another man.
I think this is the other guy I'm seeing. Like, I just think, like I love that man. And
Well, Leo does not take this well, and what follows is one of the most awkward, hard-to-watch pod dates ever, where Leo won't stop saying stuff like,
Hannah, I'm so f***ing into you. Hannah, I felt like... What would you say if I asked you to marry me right now? What would you say?
Oh my God.
and he's basically telling Hannah that the only reason she's saying this is because Nick had his date first and said I love you first.
Is he the best person for you, or is he just the first person to tell you I love you? Because if he's just the first, and that's how you're gonna get married?
This is like too much.
But Leo keeps saying all this while also not dropping his other connection. Like he's pleading with Hannah, but at no point does he even allude to breaking up with Brittany. He's just holding on to her for dear life so he can, I don't know, make the decision himself. All the while, Hannah is exhausted.
And would you agree that we're the ones that are meant to be together?
I don't like this.
Eventually, she says she needs some sleep, and the next day, I mean, this was already doomed at this point. Hannah is like, that wasn't cool the way you talked to me, so we're done. And now Leo is all of a sudden going, oh yeah, and of course, I love Brittany now that you've made the decision for me.
I'm sitting here talking to you, and all I can think about is just wanting to get down on one knee for Brittany. Like, it's literally all I want to do. Like, I literally...
Then why did you do that last night?
Thank you!
He then has the audacity to ask her to go into their living space and talk him up in front of Brittany. Spoiler alert, she doesn't. But oh, we are far from done. As at this point, our solid couples get engaged, Hannah says yes to Nick, Marissa decides on Ramses, and Leo and Brittany get engaged despite her ominously stating,
But right now, I feel like our connection has been tainted by your words to someone else.
fair, but also, you know, art dealer, full TV experience, so yeah, she says yes. And honestly, I was ecstatic for more of this mess. It's like we're seeing another version of that viral Pookie couple come to life.
Outfit of the night, it's date night.
And Pookie is looking particularly amazing tonight. I would call this dress a happy dress.
Babe, oh my God, okay.
And overall, the reveals seem to go really well. Everyone is super happy. Well, with two exceptions. The first being Nick and Hannah, and no, it's not Hannah's fear of Nick having crazy expectations that makes this one tough to watch. It's another one of Hannah's fears.
Worst case scenario, he's like super, super tiny and like, I feel like I could like throw him in my pocket or something.
Uh-oh.
You're pretty much the same height as me with those heels.
I know.
Uh-oh.
In the pods, he described himself as like a football player, like bigger, medium build, like 5'11". And what he said I don't think was really truthful.
Oh no, maybe the height thing really was the reason she cut off that other guy. So Hannah just looks off the whole time. It's like Nick told her he looked like Megan Fox or something while they were in the pods, but Nick came out.
I like when you sit back and look at me. That's cute.
Yeah, just gotta take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she was doing. Leaning back to look at you and not trying to get as much physical distance away from you as possible. Alright, but then, you know how after these couples usually meet, they always do that cute little look back at each other one last time before leaving? Well, Nick does that, but Hannah?
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
And with that, we now just have one couple left, and finally we're getting to that thing that has never happened before. Which of course is going to be with Leo and Brittany. And well, these two meet, and Brittany is, I don't know, she's doing calculations in her head or something right now, like, how much money does this guy have to make for me to want to continue on with this thing? Leo then sits her down and has this hover hand over her neck thing, like he's grabbing onto her in the weirdest way possible, as if he's going,
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold him down by your side. Yeah, great.
So how do you feel?
I don't know how I feel.
I love you.
I don't feel ready to say that.
Oh, this this is uncomfortable.
Yeah, this is over already. I wonder if he'll catch on to how cold she is and suddenly start going,
I'm a rich artist. Like, I'm incredibly financially fortunate. I'm so incredibly financially blessed.
Leo then looks her up and down and says, oh, I love you. And she's like, well, what is it about me that you love? And he's like, you're strong and smart. You know, basically all the stuff he said before. But then he asks the same thing of her and she's like,
what do you love about me?
This is so much pressure.
oh no, please, I can't take any more of this secondhand embarrassment. Eventually she says, I like how you, even though you made me feel like an option for a second there, you were just doing what you were supposed to. And I'm like, huh? That's what you love about him? He was doing what he was supposed to do?
This is definitely one of those awkward moments in my life.
No, this cringes too much. So Brittany won't say I love you, and these two walk away with very different reactions. Leo's being,
holy f, she's hot.
While Brittany's over on the other side, just sitting there like,
oh God, what have I done?
alright, I'm deceased. But then, as the scene ends, the show gives us this disclaimer. I'm exhausted. This was too much. I need a break. Just a moment to recover the feeling in my face from watching this while my jaw kept hitting the floor. Like, we know now that there are usually couples that get engaged but don't move on to the honeymoon phase and are just let go by the show, but never before have they actually shown the relationship and then told us that they let them go. But okay, we're only just out of the pods now, and I'm hoping with the Leo and Brittany of it all no longer in the picture, we can now focus on some solid couples. And I mean, these ones are all really into each other. Even Hannah seems to have cooled it off a little bit and is enjoying time with Nick. Ashley expresses that she's decided she was going to be abstinent because she was tired of connections that didn't go beyond the physical, something that does get Tyler pretty depressed until she says,
I told myself like the next time I give myself to someone, I want it to be someone like I care about,
100%.
I love, so.
Yeah, I get it.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Steven and Monica are all over each other, and I mean, this guy is ready to go.
Yeah, if she wants to have sex tonight, I'm good to go. I'm waxed and everything, baby. Full Brazilian.
Okay, TMI. And Marissa and Ramses waste no time getting to know each other physically. Like, no time at all. Pretty much right off the plane.
I think we got the nerves out the way very quickly. I feel good.
So sticky.
No, I think we broke a record.
Oh, so he reached the finish line real quick. Bro was HOTTOGO, I guess. And yeah, I think everyone except Garrett and Taylor end up exploring their physical connections right away. Something we fully discover at the Meet the Couples party where everyone gets to see each other for the first time. And with all the love triangles out of the way and nobody who almost got engaged to someone else is even there, there's barely any drama to talk about. Well, that's not entirely true.
Hannah wrote down a note of 10 things on our little table on our nightstand. It was too into his feelings, question mark, mature, question mark,
Wait, she
dedicated to this
gave it
question
to
mark.
you?
She left it there.
No way is Hannah getting me to root and feel bad for this man, cause what was that? Imagine if the shoe was on the other foot. That's such a hurtful thing to pick up and read.
Self-confidence versus cocky. Just a bunch of adjectives
I got you.
hurt me.
But this all comes from a moment Hannah talks about here, where a woman, an older woman, came up to Nick because he wanted to ride these ducky things, and Hannah was getting the ick when he asked her to race with him.
Some older woman did it with him. She's like, let's race, baby. And then Nick was like, yeah, baby, let's race. And I was like, okay. The girl was like, oh, looks like your girl's just a jealous little bitch.
Okay, now that's not entirely how it went down. Here's a clip of the actual scene.
Yeah? You want to come ride with me? Yeah, come on.
Nick. Oh, she's jealous. Don't be jealous. Not be jealous.
All right.
First and foremost, yeah, this is weird. The part with the lady. But also, the dude just wanted to ride these duckies. I don't know what's wrong with that. He's just having fun.
I'm literally trying to keep the passion alive, Nick. I'm too cool for that. Too grown to ride a duck.
You're too grown.
You know what? You do you. If you think this isn't being cool or grown, if it gives you the ick, by all means, I can't stop you. However, I will say, when he's over there doing ducky races with your kids and they're having a blast, it's not gonna give you the ick. But yeah, this lady coming over and hitting on him kinda was weird, though I don't think it crossed the line. This all just seems like more of an excuse for other things to come out. You know, the straw that broke the camel's back, which then dropped a note on the table of all the things you dislike about Nick. Now, two other couples do have spats. First, Steven and Monica have a little argument because the guy is just so chatty and it's hard for her to get a word in, but that is nothing compared to Tim and Alex, where here we get one of those scenes where it just starts the next day and they're both upset and you're going, did I miss something? Did I go to the bathroom and miss a whole scene? And it is a lot, because apparently they had this huge argument off camera and slept in separate rooms the night before.
We just left this party. Suddenly the energy is off.
I just miss home. That's it.
I felt very shunned in the moment.
When I covered your mouth, I feel like that made it even worse.
I'm sorry, what? You went up to him and covered his mouth?
The way you were just like, pack all your stuff and leaving, that's a different, like, giving space. That was, I'm never coming back.
That line was crossed.
Oh, that's also not good. I mean, not as bad as the mouth covering, but yikes. I think we can add these two to the list of couples that are definitely noping out on their wedding day, right next to Hannah and Nick.
I have to figure out how to get in a good space and place again to where I can see you as my wife, the mother of my children.
Ooh, that's a blow.
Come here.
I would rather not.
Wow, my guy here has got them dead eyes. Stick a fork in these two, they're done. So, whew, that's it. I am exhausted. These couples are exhausted, either from non-stop doing it or non-stop arguments. And at this point, we're only on episode 6. There is still a ways to go in this marathon of a season so far, but you know, I'm low-key into all the mess. So that's it for this recap of Love is Blind Season 7, Episodes 1 through 6. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.
What do you love about me?
This is so much pressure.
Oh, this is uncomfortable.